afternoon, Cross Timbers. Today is Tuesday, November 5th, 2013. This is Texan TV News from the Tarleton State University campus in Stephenville, Texas, and I am Bethany Kyle. In today's headlines, International Week coming up on campus. Scholarship helps veteran pay bills after government shutdown. Texas elections begin with new voter ID law. Young girl's body found in trash can in Georgia. Syria promises to vaccinate all children. Ender's Game sees success in box office opening weekend. And in sports, Jimmy Johnson takes Texas victory yet again. In campus news, according to the Tarleton State University website, November 18th marks the beginning of International Week. International Week runs from November 18th until the 22nd, and it is the opportunity for everyone to come together and think about the global issues that affect us all. International Week is supported by the Center of Global and Multicultural Initiatives and will celebrate the many intercultural facets of campus life. There will be presentations by international students and other world travelers. Celebrations for the week include musical events, panel discussions, and a movie night. Tarleton State University has over 100 international students from 21 different countries and has about 150 students who study abroad each year. In local news, according to the Stephenville Empire Tribune, one affected by the government shutdown is Corporal Brandon Schraub, a 5-year veteran of the Texas Army National Guard. Schraub said he did not realize that the recent partial government shutdown that lasted 16 days would stop his paychecks from coming in. However, this did happen despite his current training with the Guard. Schraub works part-time and also is going to school. He depends on the paychecks from the Guard for his bills and student loans. The situation at hand started to look grim for Schraub until he was told about the Ben Hogan Scholarship for Veterans. The scholarship provides $2,500 to the recipient. Schraub and 13 others applied for the scholarship, and things started to look up for him when he received word that he had won just days later. And now, today's Texas, national, international, and entertainment news from the Associated Press. In Texas news, today elections will be open, but what is being looked at the most is not what's on the ballot, but how the elections will go with the voter ID. This is the first Texas election where photo ID will be required under a new law. The eventual passing of this law came from much partisan debate about whether or not it is placing undue hardships on voters. However, there has actually been an increase in voter turnout since the law went into place. Other than the implementation of this new law, there is not much else that is distinctive about this election. On the ballot are 9 proposed changes to the Texas Constitution, with the main event being a $2 billion plan called the Rainy Day Fund that will accelerate water projects in Texas and build pipelines across areas of drought. This plan has already seen a lot of support. In national news, 10-year-old Amani Moss's body was found in a trash can in Atlanta on Saturday, police reports show. The body was reported to be severely underweight and burnt. Amani had previously tried to run away from home and showed up to school with the previously mentioned marks of abuse. According to reports from the Gwinnett County Police Department, Amani's stepmother had previously been charged with child cruelty after beating the young girl. Amani's father, Amon Moss, and her stepmother, Tippity Moss, have been charged with child cruelty, murder, and concealing a body. It is unclear on whether or not they have attorneys, and they are currently being held without bond at the Gwinnett County Jail. Autopsies show that the body was burnt after death, which Gwinnett County Police Corporal Jake Smith believes was an attempt to destroy the evidence. Police records show that Amani had been reported as beaten multiple times over the last few years, and in 2010, her stepmother, Tiffany Moss, was arrested for child cruelty charges. In international news, after an outbreak of polio hit its children, Syria had said they will vaccinate all children in the nation against this disease. The country's children have been left non-vaccinated against polio due to the civil war, but Syria vows to vaccinate all of them with the help of international organizations. This outbreak was the first to occur in 14 years. 10 cases were confirmed by the World Health Organization among children in northeastern Syria last week. Deputy Foreign Minister Fasil Mcdad has said that he intends for every child in Syria to be vaccinated, regardless of the area they are in. In entertainment news, the new sci-fi flick Ender's Game sees the huge success at the box office that it was expecting coming into theaters. The futuristic battle movie does well its opening weekend, bringing in $27 million. The film stars young Asa Butterfield and well-known Harrison Ford as intergalactic soldiers. This is an on-screen adaptation of the popular novel from 1985 by the same name by Orson Scott Card. In sports news, on Sunday, the AAA Texas 500 began at 2 p.m. at Texas Motor Speedway. With thousands of fans lining the outside merchandise trailers and bleachers inside of the speedway, drivers did interviews and were in the process of getting ready for the race. After the 350-lap, 500-mile race of intense bumper-to-bumper battles, Jimmy Johnson, number 48 of Rick Hendrick Motorsports, took the checkered flag. Johnson is known for his expertise at Texas Motor Speedway, and he displayed it well at this event. The next races at Texas Motor Speedway will be held April 12th, 13th, and 14th. Today's weather forecast from the Weather Channel is a high of 71 and a low of 57 with a 60% chance of precipitation. This has been a production of Texan TV News, a product of the Texan News Service from the Tarleton State University campus in Stephenville, Texas. You can follow the Texan News Service on Facebook and Twitter and check out our website at www.texannews.net for all of your latest local, state, national, and international news, as well as your entertainment and sports news. Today's broadcast was produced by Jack Cochran, Cameron Cook, and Yvette Gallegos. I am Bethany Kyle. Have a wonderful day, Tarleton Texans.